So this is the probability and impact matrix. Here, like this, likelihoodness, whether it's almost certain, likely, then insignificant, minor, moderate, major, severe. Based on this, you are making a probability and impact matrix. Now let us go back. So that is probability and impact matrix. Risk data quality assessment. Then we have to assess the quality of the risk data available. Risk, because you are ranking the risk based on certain facts and data. You have to assess that whether that your taken data is correct, reliable, etc. Next is risk categorization. Whether it is coming under positive risk or it's negative risk, all those things are doing here. Then risk urgency assessment. Prioritization of the risk, and based on the priority we have to do it to reduce the impact. So that is risk urgency assessment. Then expert judgment. The output is project documents gets updated. All the project documents regarding risk gets updated. Next process is perform qualitative risk analysis. Here inputs are risk management plan. From here, this is the output of this first process. This is the input to this. Cost management plan, schedule management plan, risk register, and enterprise environmental factor, organizational process assets. These are the inputs to this. You know it. Here tools and techniques, data gathering and representation techniques. You have to gather data regarding risk, and you can represent it in different style, different chart, different form. Quantitative risk analysis, modeling techniques. Here you have to quantify the risk. Previously you have done the ranking of the risk using qualitative risk analysis. Once it gets prioritized, we have to make it quantitative based on certain scales, and depending upon your company policy, you have to make a quantitative risk analysis and modeling. Based on this act, you are going to take measures for the further risk response. Expert judgment. Next is expert judgment. Then project documents gets updated. So that is the fourth. Here what are you doing? Here you are quantifying the risk. If you quantify the risk, you can take measurement, proper measurement. Otherwise, you may not be able to do a proper measurement, a proper response action. You need not do both. Depending upon the complexity of the project, you can do both, or you can do either qualitative risk analysis or quantitative risk analysis. That depending upon the team, discuss in the team with the project manager, then you decide whether if the complexity is high, you do both. Otherwise, do any one of this. Next is plan risk response. Input is risk management plan and risk register. Tools and techniques, strategies for negative risks or threats. Number 2, strategies for positive risk or opportunities. So let us deal with these two first. Let us go to that section. Response strategies for threats, that is negative risk. One is avoidance of risk, just try to avoid that. Risk prevention, changing the plan to eliminate a risk by avoiding the cause or source of risk. Protect project from impact of risk, these are the avoidance. Like this you can avoid the risk. Here examples, change the implementation strategy. Depending upon the risk, you change the strategy. Take another measures or another way of doing. Do it ourselves. Don't do subcontracting. Do it ourselves. That is one method. Reduce scope to avoid high risk deliverables. Then high risk deliverables you can avoid if possible. Adopt a familiar technology or product rather than a new technology. So that is the one method. Then is mitigation. Seeks to reduce the impact or probability of the risk even to an acceptable threshold. You are reducing the risk, not avoiding, you are reducing. Be proactive. Take early action to reduce impact or probability and don't wait until the risk hits your project. You are not waiting until the risk hits your project. Before that, you have to take proactive actions. For example, staging, more testing, prototyping, etc. Rather than developing the project, you show the customer about your models, prototypes, so that customer will be able to give you a clear picture of the requirement. That is one way of mitigation. Redundancy planning, redundant work you can avoid. Use more qualified resources rather than unexperienced resources. Take the assistance of qualified resources. That will mitigate the risk. Another response strategy for threat is transfer. You are taking LIC, that's a transfer. Your risk is transferring. Shift responsibility of risk consequence to another party. Does not eliminate risk. It does not eliminate risk. It is transferring. Most effective in dealing with financial exposures. Examples, buy or subcontract. You are moving liabilities. Selecting type of procurement contracts, fixed price procurement contract, so that the price is fixed. You are safe. Insurance. Why you are taking insurance? To cover the risk. Liabilities, bonds, warranties. These are the threats. Then another response strategies for threats acceptance. Response strategies for threats are, one is acceptance, then contingency allowances. What is contingency allowances? Contingency allowance is suppose you can do an activity with a cost of 10,000 rupees or dollars. You are putting some 10% extra to it. Then you will tell that actual plus 10% to cover the risk. If something goes wrong, that 10% will help you to make over. So that is contingency allowance. contingency plans are prepared for dealing with threats. Next is, let us go to positive risk. Strategies for positive risk or opportunities: exploit, share, or enhance. Exploit. Here, ensure opportunity is realized. Example, assigning organization most talent and resources to the project to reduce cost lower than originally planned. This is another positive risk response plan. Share. Allocating some or all of the ownership to third part best able to capture the opportunity. Joint ventures, special purposes. Here, you are sharing your risk. Then enhance. Increase the probability and or the positive impact of the opportunity. Adding more resources to finish early. These are all. Then another thing is accept. Willing to take advantage of opportunity if it comes, but not actively pursuing it. These are the risk positive strategies for positive risk response. Now let us go to our previous slide. Here we have discussed contingency response strategies, expert judgment, so all these are complete. Then output, project management plan update and project documents gets updated. Then last process, which it's not a last process, it's along with this process, this has to be carried out while executing the project. Control risks. Inputs are project management plan, risk register, work performance data, work performance reports. All those things you are familiar. Something goes out of the plan, you have to bring it back. That is the meaning of control. So control risk. Some risk is coming, you are taking measures to control it for the smooth functioning of the project. Tools and techniques. Risk reassessment, risk audits. When you have identified some risk, then you are rechecking, reassessing whether it is pakka or it is not necessary, something like that. Risk audits. Some external team is coming and auditing the risk factors you have identified. Variance and trend analysis. Variance and trend analysis. How the trend is going and what are the action you have to take, bring back to the trend to normal. All those things. Technical performance measurements. Reserve analysis. Management reserve is a reserve to deal with certain unexpected events. Suppose some theft has happened. Where will you take the money? From the management reserve. Reserve analysis. Meetings. Outputs. Work performance information. Change request. Then changes will happen, may happen. Based on this, through the integrated change control process, you have to add this change to the project management plan. The project management plan updates, project documents updates, then organizational process assets updates. So these are the complete processes in risk management knowledge area. Thank you.